Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal and I'm back with another movie review, and this time I'm talking about the latest movie in the X-Men franchise, Logan. Now I'm going to make the first part of this review spoiler free, so if you don't want to be spoiled, you can watch up to the part where I say that I'm going to start talking spoilers, and then I'll give you the part where you can skip ahead. Logan was directed by James Mangold, who also directed The Wolverine, and brings back Hugh Jackman for one last hurrah. He's played Wolverine now for 17 years, even longer than anyone who has played James Bond. And he doesn't pull any punches either, or slashes for that matter. This movie is rated R, so if you're a parent thinking of bringing your kids, I'd wait until they're a little older. It's gritty and fun, however it's very bloody and full of adult language. It's clearly not for kids. I think the movie does a much better job telling the story than The Wolverine did pacing-wise. I also think a lot of the visual effects do a really good job to move you along in the story. It's almost like a future world western. You can see from the trailers that Logan is older, he's beat up, and he's vulnerable. And he's thrust into this quest to protect Professor Xavier and this girl who has the same powers that he has from a group of mercenaries known as the Reavers. Now again, without spoiling it, I really felt invested in almost all the characters. There's a human element of family, much like the Fast and the Furious franchise, and that really works in this film. There's a moment where they sit around the dinner table and have a family meal, and as a father, that really brought it to a personal level for me. We actually see this amazing dynamic of Xavier playing the old grandfather, and Logan, the loner son who believes that he's nothing but a disappointment, and the girl who's kind of like a daughter and is more than meets the eye. Now at this point I'm going to start talking spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled further on with the review, go to this part of the video and you won't be spoiled any further. The first thing I want to talk about is the actual X-Men timeline. We know that the Wolverine takes place in the original timeline, and that the future shown in Days of Future Past has Sentinels hunting and killing mutants, only to be undone, and it shows the X-Men school thriving. But now we see that the X-Men are no more. Is this timeline after Days of Future Past, or is it a future timeline? Logan, who is now going by his birth name of James Howlett, is protecting an ailing and sick Charles Xavier. We learn that Professor X, whose degenerative brain disease caused him to kill all the X-Men, because when he goes into a seizure, people nearby are paralyzed, and if it goes on too long, everyone around him dies. The seizure effect happens twice in the movie, and the only way to stop it is with a medicine that suppresses it. We also learn that mutants stopped being born, and that the villains of this film have developed mutant children of their own. They use DNA from other mutants and surrogate mothers to train these kids to kill. We find out that this girl, Laura, played by Daphne Keane, who makes her Hollywood debut here, is cloned using Logan's DNA, making her actually his daughter, in a way. They played up the father and daughter relationship, especially with it being someone as feral as Wolverine. And she can be just as brutal, if not more. She almost takes out a store clerk after taking what she wants, and Logan has to stop her. There's also a scene towards the end when Logan tells Laura he can't continue following her because everyone he cares about dies. It's a somber moment that reminds me of the theatrical and original endings to First Blood. The main villain at the end is the scientist Dr. Rice, who turns out to be the son of Dr. Cornelius. His father was the one whose bonding process laced Wolverine's skeleton with adamantium, and is the reason that Logan is dying. Dr. Rice was the one who created the new mutants, and through chemicals in foods such as high fructose corn syrup, eliminated mutants from being born. He hired the cybernetic mercenaries, the Reavers, to hunt down the new mutants to kill them, and also created a Wolverine clone, X-24, to hunt and kill as well. This final battle is amazingly shot, and at the end, I liked having X-23, aka Laura, give the final shot to X-24 with an adamantium bullet. In the end, Logan dies, and the new mutants bury him before continuing on their journey. we are left with an amazing film that really makes Hugh Jackman's final performance of this character go out on a really high note. We've also been told that this is Patrick Stewart's last time playing Professor Xavier, although I think his death could have been handled a little better in my personal opinion. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie and I recommend seeing it. It's dark, it's violent, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat through the whole lot of it. Even if you're not a fan of superhero films, but you like action movies, this movie does a lot to keep you entertained throughout. I give it an 8 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this movie review, and if so, thumbs up and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and check out my other videos as well. And as always, until next time.
Let's go, bub.
Ready. Fight!